This is altShiftDev, and I'd like to give you a final look of our interface for the contest submission. So in the bottom right of the video, you're going to be seeing what the Ledger device is actually doing live. I hope that works. And let's see how the interface reacts when we start the EOS app. Alright, looks like it found an account for us. Let's go ahead and click on that. Now, here we go. This is our account interface, our little dashboard here. So here we can see our RAM used and our available network and CPU, and you'll actually notice here that this is on the mainnet. This is a real account. This is not testnet. If we wanted to, we could quickly switch to any of the supported secure APIs. And if you have a preference, or maybe you live in an area where someone else is faster than the default, go ahead and choose one. Let's try a different one here so you'll see what happens. Make sure to watch the URL here. There we go. Let's see if this one works. Oh, it did. Great. Now, you'll see in the URL that my account here is saved along with my block producer preference. So I could go ahead and bookmark that, and next time I want to return, it's going to bring me back right here to my account. I won't have to mess with any settings. And the UI supports translation. We've actually already done the Russian support for it. I can show you what that looks like. Well, partially done. All right, let's go back to English. And let's go back to gray mass. Some of the APIs are better than others. Some of them will pop up little bugs, and we're going to have to use this tool to find the best ones and then fix the list. Let's find something. I believe right now gray mass is responding the fastest, and it is giving the most accurate balance, but that's all right. Let's see something a little more interesting. Let's look at transactions. Some of you already might have seen this. As an account doesn't actually have a lot of transactions, but here you'll see the initial account creation, smart contract, created this account and also transferred it 2.1 EOS, and we could just click this link and view that in a block explorer. Here we're using blocks.io. All right, let's go back. All right. Let's take a look at voting. I don't believe this account has voted yet, so everything should be unselected by default. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Here we're seeing an alphabetical sort, and we could go ahead and vote for one team candidate if we wanted to. I just clicked one at random, but let's go ahead and vote for that. So you'll see the block producer just showed up in our voting, in our list there. And if we didn't want to actually vote, we could actually sign up for a voting proxy if we wanted to. Just find the name of a proxy, put that in there. But let's go ahead and vote for that block producer candidate. Oh, and this would take you back to the table. Yeah, so you can add more. Let's add a couple more. Let's go. I don't actually know any of these block producers. I'm just picking a couple at random. The demo, no preferences here. All right, let's go and validate that. So now it's going to ask us, oh, it already detected the ledger, so we don't have to go through that process. And it actually sent the data to the EOS screen. Now you'll see the producers are switching on the little device, and we're seeing all of the names that you selected. And I'm going to go ahead and confirm that, and you'll see what happens in the UI. There we go. Transaction succeeded. Now if you're a developer and you want to actually see how this works, you can go ahead and show details to see some little bit more technical stuff. This is the signed transaction that your device gave you, and on the right is your network response, which came back when the transaction did succeed. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off so we can go back to a normal view. Oops. All right, let's go back out. My laptop's lagging. All right, so also that would take you back to blocks.io, so you can go and verify that transaction did actually occur. Sometimes it might say it did because one network API might validate it, but another might not. But for now, it looks like it all went through. We can see we did actually click on these accounts, and we did vote for those. So we do have voting, guys. All right, let's go ahead and create a new transaction. All right, let's get rid of this. Let's buy some RAM on our account. Not sure how much we're going to be able to buy with this much EOS, so I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I'm not actually sure on the price of RAM right now. Okay, so we're going to be the recipient of this transaction, and we're going to buy just a small amount of RAM. And so you guys can actually see if this worked or not. Just remember that we have 3.98 kilobytes of RAM right now. We'll come and see that after to make sure it changed. 3.98 kilobytes. Okay, and you'll see on the ledger there's a transaction wanting to be confirmed. It does say buy RAM, who's receiving it, and how many bytes. It all looks good to me, so I'm going to go and accept that, and it looks like it did succeed again. So let's go see if we got more RAM. Oh, we did. We're at 4.1, and you saw that updated live without you having to refresh the page because this is a responsive interface. What else do we have to show you guys? Well, some of these you've already seen in the other video, but we could also increase our stake. Let's go ahead and do that. Here we'll see our current stake. So we have 0.5 on the network, 0.15 on CPU, and here's the breakdown of our account balance. The green being are available and what we can actually spend, and the other two are actually locked up. So let's increase our network and CPU. Increase stake, network by 1, and CPU, let's go. Oh, actually, I don't think I have that much EOS. Let's go 0.5 and 0.5. All right. Now, make sure to pay attention to the device. It was recognized, so the transaction's already gone through. It's asking us to confirm an increased stake. We are the recipient. The net was 0.5, the CPU was 0.5, and the transfer is 0. And I'm going to close this little window just so you guys see it doesn't actually erase anything. The ledger's still asking us to accept it, and we're going to watch it live update. I'm going to accept that. Here we go. There we go. Did you guys see the change? So I'm going to go back, open up my little actions window, and yep, it did succeed. Oh, and if you guys are wondering, this is just a minimize. And if you have a small screen, you want a full screen, you can do that too. All right, let's create one more transaction. Let's go ahead and send some EOS. Recipient. Let's send it back to Cypherglass because they did give me this account and it is their EOS I'm spending right now, so we'll send it back to them. Thanks for the EOS, and let's send them 0.5. Now we don't actually have any tokens on this account. It wasn't a Genesis, so it doesn't have a lot, but if we did, we would be able to specify them there. Let's validate that. And there we go, 0.5. Actually, let's before we accept that, let's try one more thing. I'm going to actually show you what it looks like when it failed. User rejected the transaction on the device. So the UI was smart enough to tell what happened, and I'm going to tell it to create a new transaction. I'm going to save these parameters and enter them again, but I want to show you guys what it looks like if you don't actually have your Nano loaded up when you're interacting with the device. So let's see that. I'm going to validate this transaction. I'm going to select my ledger. And now, because it didn't recognize the device, it's asking us to unlock it, connect and unlock it. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to open the EOS app again. Oops, sorry about that. And there we go, new transaction. And the little animation is actually smart enough to identify what is the transaction. It's telling us we're sending 0.5, and the ledger device in the bottom right of your screen is confirming that as well to Cypherglass. So let's go ahead and send them their money back and double check that that worked on a Block Explorer. Looks like it did. Great. I think we've seen most of the UI at this point. One remaining thing is if you guys, again, are developers or technical, you might be interested in details of your account in the actual format that the network uses them. Here we can see our CPU limit used in bytes. We can see what our owner key is, and our active key was just above. Our total available resources, who we voted for in the past, all kinds of useful details. And on the right, what we're actually seeing is our transaction data that's coming in, and it has been updating since we've been sending things. You'll see we started with just the one create transaction, and now we've got quite a few. Now this will be getting better in the future as we support more transaction types. Right now, just the basics: transfer, vote, delegate. If we don't actually detect what the details of the transaction are, we still offer you the way to go and view it in the an actual Block Explorer. So you're never actually wondering what this was. You always have recourse to find out more. And oh, one more thing. If you guys actually have some tokens, oh, let's see if I have this account in my clipboard. Oh, I do. So I was looking through the mainnet and I was trying to find an account who had a couple of tokens. And I actually found this guy. I have no idea who it is, but he had quite a few tokens, and it made an interesting, quite a few. So here you'll see any supported tokens, and obviously if there's some that weren't detected, you could go ahead and add them. The icons are showing up for the ones that actually do have icons, and the balances for those that the balance was detected. All right, guys. I think that's about it on our side. Good luck to everyone in the contest, and in the end, the community is the real winner. We can't wait to launch this and get your support. Thank you so much. Bye.